Is this home? Mor- Morning, Jamie. It's 1:15 in the morning, a day after Thanksgiving. It's the 24th of November, 2023. A barely awake Weaver Johnson, Rosamond, California. How you doing, Doc? Last several videos I've been doing, I've been depressed as hell. So I've been recording how absolutely freaking depressed during this holiday season. I'm glad Thanksgiving is over with. Now I get the surmountable task of dealing with Christmas. Oh, good Lord. I don't know. I think Thanksgiving was a lot worse this time. I've also talked a lot of things about it, and I had a few responders coming out. They got sick and tired of me being depressed for them, want me to cheer it up a bit. Yeah, right. When you get a holiday system kicking in and you got mourning, grieving, and everything else going on, I mean, it's kind of hard to find cheer to Thanksgiving. Not to mention having dog issues as well. Yeah, little girl wasn't. I didn't. Well, you heard about that dog thing happening out all over the country. There's this mysterious illness out there that they barely have enough information on, and trying to cure our dogs before we have to keep putting them under because of this damn respiratory thing killing them. One particular story that came out in a local area. ABC 7 was doing an article about a family contacting vets, different places, and they're trying to take care of the golden retriever. Somehow the vet got a hold of a story. The most powerful antibiotic they had was actually knocking this damn thing out because the regular stuff they give wasn't doing anything. So there's one vet that was doing a lot of research on this. It's an ABC 7's website on this one. So far, the retriever is responding slowly but surely and gaining health on this one. But pure isolation of a dog is going to have to be done on this. If you got any dogs, man, you got to watch this story. You have to. And worrying about my dog yesterday was taking it out of me. Not to mention when you're dealing with family and mourning and everything else, the emotional PTSD and everything else rolling up into one. Good Lord. Some people can actually weather the storm and keep telling me that I have to be, like them in a way. I went off. But the thing is, I didn't post that stuff out. They're held. They're in there, and they're in the YouTube system, but they're just not visible to some people anyway. Not making it that way, not until later on down. So, being depressed and morbidly crazy, I did some videos. Even I got posted out there. But this morning, I wake up a few minutes before midnight. I check the feeds, what's going on, and then I discovered something that kicked in hard. That related to my math project, but also kicked into my own curiosity. And I went on a tither on this one. Research to see what's going on. And the more I kept looking into the damn thing, I'm like, holy crap. That was something I never knew about, but it was good information to give to a math class in the first place. Science had always been one of my fortes. Seeing the lunar lander, that was no context, no perspective. As a 3-year old, just looking at the stuff and like, whoa. Ma gives me some books about one about dinosaurs. Got me interested about that. Paleontology a little bit, but mostly about space. And I got hooked up in science fiction. I don't know whatever gives people that idea. I'm still science fiction, and that's always been my thing about space. Anything relating to space, I was trying to read up on when I was a kid, but also about science and mechanics. One time, I was in an elementary school library researching, just looking at some books. Found something about Sikorsky and his helicopters. I found something about Sea Lab 1 and 2 done by the United States Navy. And I didn't realize that one of the Mercury astronauts, Scott Carpenter, he managed to be an astronaut and an aquanaut, and being a Navy guy. He worked with the Navy concerning about a about a spam in a can situation for men to live under the water. And they did experiments back in the 60s on this one, well after Mercury. Carpenter dropped out of the program, the space program, to do the aquanaut stuff. So I guess for about a year or so, or maybe more, that the United States Navy had experimentation off the coast of California. Knowing about these days of the nature of the sea, actually the seafloor, we're on a shelf. I mean, there's only like California's right here, and then a little dip right here. Then we got a lower shelf, and then after that, drop off. It's only on the lower shelf that they actually did their experimentations off of San Diego at that point, during those days in the 60s. And they wanted to test if astronauts can live with special gases and how they would be able to deal with the water and how they're dealing with observations and dealing with a spam in a can situation without going nuts. I guess maybe in a way it's going to be helping out with the astronauts dealing with uh, living in a space station or on a spacecraft all that long. But, it's good information. Whatever we can learn, it benefits one way or another. I was thinking about this a long time ago, reading about that spam in a can situation. I mean, they live somewhat comfortably, if you can call it comfortable. It's a little heated, humid, not much air conditioning in the damn place, not much air pumping in except from upstairs. But there's special gases that they had to breathe, and also they had to go into a bathysphere, uh, kind of like a diving bell. Every so often, they would have to stop on stages before they get up to the surface. It would take about 10 to 12 hours roughly. It's just so your body can get itself adjusted. There's nitrogen in our bloodstream. Rising up too fast, we get the nitrogen in blood boiling in our bloodstream, so where we get embolisms. Not fun. Or we get what they call the bends. Makes us so damn painful to walk and move around. People have died from this stuff. It's very dangerous. They have to have hyperbaric chambers standing by to put these people into chambers to equalize the pressure in the bloodstream to atmosphere, and it takes them a while for that one. Yeah, stuff I learned a long time ago on that one. So before science was in space, dealing with this space shuttle program, and I had a study about that thing. Nobody, nobody told me to study it. I just naturally got inclined with it. There was back in 1977. I was a kid. Ma and I was going to see a movie. We were going to see Close Encounters of the Third Kind. It's trippy back then, okay? Anyway, Ma and I are eating lunch over at Bob's Big Boy on this one. It was San Fernando Valley. It was in Panorama City. There was the Americana Theater, but there was also a Bob Big Boy within walking distance, not to mention the shopping area. I mean, you looked at the map concerning about Roscoe and Van Nuys Boulevard during those days, back in the 70s. It was hip. It was happening. I miss those days. Anyway, Ma and I are eating over there, and we meet this one guy. We had already been through Woolworths in the area. So I got myself a space shuttle. Mom bought me a space shuttle. I don't know what the hell a space shuttle was. All I saw was a cool space plane. You open up the cargo bay and you see a satellite in there. It doesn't come out, but you see a satellite mold in there. And the scientist, this engineer, oh, you interested in space? Yeah, this is pretty neat stuff here. Oh, what do you know about it? Well, it's a space shuttle. That's what it says, the space shuttle over here, but I don't know anything about it. What does it do? It goes into space, young man. I happen to be one of those engineers who built the thing. Whoa! Oh, look at this guy here. Johnny, what did I tell you about talking to strangers at this point over here? But I was interested about this about the spaceship here. Next thing I know, oh, we're just going to go out there to see a movie of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Guy comes with us. At this point, I know in this day and age, what would we think about this schmuck? Right, stalker, right? But this guy saw something in me. Probably wasn't what we think of today. It was more like maybe a possibly budding scientist or an engineer. On this one, we talked even in the movie theater. I think I got their sequences reversed in this one here. Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, but I know we talked. I think we went to the movie and then we ate and then we came home. Yeah, that was it. Sometimes memories get screwed around a little bit. I know I read about this one, studied about it in Psych 101 already. Sometimes that there are certain memories get jumbled around that the sequences seem to be out of sorts. This one's it. But I know that I saw Klaus Catter's Third Kind. I know I talked to this guy about it when Mom was trying to get stuff from the snack bar for me and Mom. And this guy and I were talking about the ship. I think it was before the movie started. And it's too damn early in the morning for this, but I had to get the story out anyway. But we talked about the space shuttle. Next thing I know is I get this thing in the mail, a copy of the space shuttle press book. But worse than that, I get a subscription for about a few years to NASA Tech Briefs. Somehow I got shoved right through the NASA mailing list during those days because I had during those days stack of books of NASA Tech Briefs, and I didn't understand one damn thing about them. Throughout the years, and the one book I wish to God I kept was a space shuttle diagram, the technical diagram of the whole space shuttle. I wish to God I had that. Oh, it's not the money, it's memorabilia, it's information. Information probably the Russians got to make their own space shuttle program themselves, but didn't follow through. Russia wasn't exactly built on follow through. They want big, splashy, spectacular. We did it first, comrade. What do you think about that? Ha ha. We got a space station up in space, the first one. How did you like that one? Ha ha. Watch the damn thing break apart left and right, having issues left and right with the damn thing, but shit. Soyuz station, with the Salyuts going up there left and right. No, wait a second. It was the Salyut station with the Soyuzes. Right, okay, that's right. And even then, the Soyuz had an accident with a capsule taking three astronauts from the space station of theirs into the atmosphere and then lost the energy. Holy crap. I didn't think we were losing this one here. Hold on. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. Okay. That's why the energy level was so damn low. Okay. Save you, save you, save you, save you. There we go. Okay. My laptop was dying. I forgot I unplugged the damn bastard. Anyway, story went. I remember about this in the 80s. They had the Soyuz out there, and it burned up in the atmosphere. They lost three cosmonauts, transferring from the space station to the Earth. Holy crap! No, I think this was the late 70s because we did have the Skylab station up there about what was it, 73, 74, using the Saturn stages. One of them was used as fuselage to transport the Skylab station up there. Busted, but they managed to work with the thing anyway and managed to put three crews up there for about a year and a half, or almost 2 years, I think. And if I'm not mistaken, in the 80s, she fell to pieces, coming back to Earth because she was already decommissioned. That was a damn shame too. Could have kept the space station up there. Could have maintained it, but it was only limited to 3 people. But NASA already during that time was thinking about the International Space Station and trying to get that going, and they needed a space shuttle system to get it up there in pieces. Okay, away from that one. So this guy gave me this information. I wish I kept it. I was trying to keep up with the space news sometimes. If something interesting, I'd try to research the damn thing. These days, since we got the internet, I can still research like crazy. If I really had really had an interest. And earlier this morning, I did. I managed to come across an internet article about it. It just got published yesterday on Thanksgiving Day. About a few years back, and the scientists were sorting out all the details before they got it published, and everyone that we had high energy particles hitting the Earth. I have made a few I talked about this in other videos about this one. By the way, I was trying to finish up my hot chocolate. Turned cold. So yeah, talking about it with the professor, talking about it with a few other friends concerning about the situation. Because it got me interested, and right now my brain is trying to shut me down, put me back to bed for a few more hours. Do I have to go back to bed? Yeah, so I got myself out of my damn funk for temporarily until I get woken up, and then we'll see what happens. What's the plans for today? Clean up. Clean up. Ordering more groceries in. No, I didn't get any turkey this time. The thing I was going to be doing for Thanksgiving, well, because the situation with my dog changed a hell of a lot. I wasn't quite sure if the chicken I was feeding her was trying to kill her or not, but maybe something else. I need to get to the vet on this one. I screwed myself up with our local transportation system out here, the dial-a-ride. We have to call in for an appointment. Current Transit operates and owns this thing, but they have a company running it and maintaining it. They have to follow the rules and guidelines that Current Transit has put out there. You miss so many times and don't call in cancellations, they punish you. I screwed up to a point where I got banished off the dial-a-ride for about a month. My fault. I didn't keep up with the rules and regulations of what the hell and how many times I'm supposed to cancel this thing if I don't do this thing. It pisses them off because missed rides left and right and people get screwed over and I'm screwing them over one way or another. And they're right. They were right on that one. So, rules and regulations, what can I say? So now I have to keep an eye on her just to see if she's okay or not. I worry about that dog of mine. Yeah, you know I do. I showed you to her. So I'm worried about other things happening these days, I guess. And I'm trying not to freak out as much. I didn't have turkey. I had chicken. I had the chicken. She had a hamburger. But I also had a hamburger too. Yeah, fry them up. I made some scrambled egg, a little bit of sausage, and a little hamburger mixture. Put it on a plate and hoped that she would be able to eat something. She ate a little bit. I still saved the mixture for her. We'll give it to her a little bit later today when she's ready. As for my own Thanksgiving meal, pieces of rotisserie chicken, rice, gravy, no stuffing, green beans, mushrooms, onions sauteed, chicken gravy smothering all over the damn place, along with a hamburger cut up. Hey, had my chicken. Not much of it, but I had my chicken. The rest of it I still got to save for her for less, for her own food. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, thought I'd keep touch, keep base on this one. I'll be sending this one over to you a little bit later when I get out of bed to do this and I'm more awake. So I'll talk at you later, Doc.